Right now, as you watch this, our entire galaxy is being pulled towards something, not slowly, not gently, at 2 million kilometers per hour. Scientists know exactly where it's coming from. They've been tracking it for 50 years, they just can't see it. And that's not even the strangest thing on this list. Space is full of things that shouldn't exist. Things that break our best theories, challenge our understanding of reality, and in some cases, suggest we are missing something fundamental about the universe itself. We're going through 10 of them today. I'm saving the most unsettling one for last. And I promise you, by the time we get there, it won't feel like a space fact anymore. Let's start with number 10. In the 1970s, astronomers noticed something deeply wrong with the movement of galaxies. They weren't just drifting apart from the Big Bang, they were being pulled. Thousands of galaxies, including our own Milky Way, all streaming toward the same fixed point in space at 2 million kilometers per hour. Scientists named it the Great Attractor. It sits roughly 250 million light-years away, behind the densest region of our own galaxy, a zone so packed with dust and stars that it blocks almost everything we point at it. They call it the zone of avoidance. The Great Attractor holds the gravitational mass of over 1 million billion suns, and we can't see what it is. Recent surveys suggest it might be part of an even larger structure, a supercluster called Laniakea, so enormous it would take 520 million light-years to cross it. But the source of the pull, still unknown, still pulling, right now. Number 9. On August 15th, 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio picked up a signal from deep space. Astronomer Jerry Ehman was reviewing printed data the following day when he saw it. A 72-second burst of radio waves so perfectly structured, so precisely aligned with what scientists theorized an extraterrestrial transmission would look like that he grabbed a red pen and wrote one word in the margin. Wow! The signal was 30 times stronger than normal background noise from space. It came from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation. It carried all the hallmarks of an intelligently generated transmission. The right frequency, the right bandwidth, the right structure, and then it stopped. Every follow-up observation, dozens of them across decades, found nothing. No repeat, no source, no explanation that fully holds up. Some researchers proposed it was reflected sunlight of a passing comet. Others ran the numbers and said that explanation doesn't work. A small but credible group of scientists still won't rule out what it looked like from the beginning. We'll never know for certain, because after 72 seconds, it was gone. Before we get to number 8, I want you to hold on to something. 3 of the remaining mysteries are connected in a way that changes how you see all of them. You'll notice it when we get there. Number 8 should stop you for a second. 5%. That is the total share of the universe made up of everything you have ever seen, touched, or measured. Every star, every planet, every ocean, every atom in your body. All of it, 5%. The other 95% is something else entirely. The largest portion scientists call dark matter. Not because it looks dark, because it is completely invisible. It emits no light, reflects no light, absorbs no light. No instrument we have built can detect it directly, but we know it's there. Without it, galaxies would tear themselves apart. The math is unambiguous. The visible mass of a galaxy is nowhere near enough to hold it together at the speeds it rotates. Something else is providing the gravitational scaffolding. Something enormous, invisible, and everywhere. We've been searching for dark matter for over 50 years. Underground detectors, space telescopes, particle colliders, nothing. It is the most abundant thing in the universe, and we have never once directly observed it. We're halfway through, and the next 7 go deeper. The Milky Way is 13 billion years old. It contains 400 billion stars. Conservative estimates put the number of Earth-like planets in our galaxy alone at somewhere between 20 and 40 billion. Given those numbers, given that life appeared on Earth within the first billion years of the planet forming, the statistical expectation is that intelligent life should be common. Some civilizations should be millions of years older than ours, advanced enough to have crossed the galaxy many times over. So physicist Enrico Fermi sat down to lunch in 1950 and asked a simple question. Where is everybody? We've been scanning the sky for signals since the 1960s. We've sent our own messages outward. We've launched probes with maps to Earth attached, and the universe has returned complete silence. The proposed explanations range from hopeful to deeply unsettling. Maybe we're the first. Maybe every intelligent civilization destroys itself before reaching the stars. Maybe they're out there and have made a deliberate choice not to contact us. Or maybe, and this is the one that doesn't leave you, we are genuinely, completely alone. Number 6. In 2007, astronomers found something buried in old telescope data. A millisecond flash of radio energy. So brief, it was almost missed, but so powerful that in that single millisecond, it released more energy than our sun produces in 3 full days. They called it a fast radio burst. Since then, hundreds have been catalogued. Some appear once and are never seen again. Others, called repeaters, fire again and again from the same location in space. One of them pulses with a regular cycle of exactly 16 days. On, then off, then on again, like a signal on a timer. No natural process we know of should behave like that. The leading scientific theory involves magnetars, collapsed stellar remnants with magnetic fields so intense they warp space around them. But not all bursts fit that model. Some have no identifiable source. Some arrive from distances of billions of light years. They're happening constantly in every direction across the entire observable universe. Something out there is producing them. Something ancient, extraordinarily powerful, and almost completely unknown. Number 5, changed cosmology forever. Because the scientists who found it didn't believe it either. Number 5, changed cosmology forever. Because the scientists who found it didn't believe it either. In 1998, 2 independent teams of astronomers set out to measure how fast the universe was slowing down. Not whether it was slowing, that was assumed. Gravity pulls everything together. The expansion from the Big Bang had to be decelerating. The only open question was the rate. Both teams came back with the same answer. And both teams spent months convinced they had made an error. The universe is not slowing down. It is speeding up. Something is pushing everything apart, accelerating the expansion of space itself, overcoming gravity at the largest scales. Scientists named it dark energy. It accounts for 68% of everything that exists. It is the single most dominant force in the cosmos, and it is completely unexplained. The long-term consequence, if the models are right, is called the Big Freeze. Galaxies accelerate beyond the reach of each other. Stars burn out. One by one, across billions of years, every light in the universe goes dark, until there is nothing left but cold, empty, expanding space, forever. Number 4. When the universe was approximately 380,000 years old, it released a pulse of light in every direction. That light is still traveling. It fills the entire sky, an ancient, faint afterglow called the cosmic microwave background, the oldest light in existence. It is almost perfectly uniform. Almost. There is a region of sky roughly 1.8 billion light-years across, where the temperature of that ancient light is measurably, inexplicably colder than it should be. It is the largest anomalous structure ever identified in the observable universe, and it has no satisfying explanation. One theory, a supervoid, a region of space containing almost no matter, no galaxies, nearly nothing. Another theory, published in peer-reviewed journals by serious physicists, proposes it is the scar left by a collision between our universe and a parallel one. A bruise on the fabric of reality from a time before time as we know it. That theory hasn't been proven. It also has not been ruled out. Number 3. Why does time only move forward? Every equation in physics works equally well run in reverse. Drop a glass. The math that describes it breaking also describes the pieces reassembling. Yet in reality, time flows only one direction, always forward, never back. No one has ever produced a satisfying physical reason for why this is true. The arrow of time is one of the deepest unsolved problems in all of science. Number 2. What came before the Big Bang? The honest answer is that the question may not be coherent, because time itself may have begun at the Big Bang, making before meaningless. But if time has a starting point, something caused it. Something existed in a state that allowed a universe to emerge from nothing. What was that state? Which brings us to number one. I told you at the beginning, this one would feel personal. I meant it. We have been looking for life beyond Earth since we had the tools to look. We've found organic molecules on Mars, the building blocks of life sitting in the soil. We've found water vapor in the atmospheres of planets orbiting distant stars. We've found liquid oceans beneath the ice of Saturn's moon, Enceladus, and Jupiter's moon, Europa. We've found conditions for life in places we never expected, but life itself, not yet. And here is why this is the most unsettling mystery on this list. Not because of the science, but because of what each possible answer means. If we find life, even microbial, even simple, it means the universe is full of it. It means the conditions for life are so common that they arise independently across billions of worlds. It means we are not special in the way we thought. We are one voice in an enormous conversation. If we find nothing, if we search every ocean, every atmosphere, every signal from every star, and come back empty, then something is filtering out all that statistical potential. Something is preventing life from emerging, or from surviving, or from reaching us. Something that may still be ahead of us. Either answer is extraordinary. And tonight, when you step outside and look up at a sky containing 400 billion stars in this galaxy alone, and hundreds of billions of galaxies beyond it, you are looking at a question that has no answer yet. One that every generation before us has asked, and one that you might actually live to see resolved. 10 mysteries, no clean answers. That's the honest truth about space. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we don't know. And somehow, that makes it more extraordinary, not less. If you want to go deeper on any of these, the Great Attractor, dark energy, the Fermi Paradox, I'm covering each one in a dedicated video. Subscribe so you're there when they drop. And if there's a space mystery you want me to cover next, put it in the comments. I read every single one.